Hey guys, Gary Mitchell here. I wanted to take some time and talk about the music charts that I like to use when I lead worship. I've put a ton of time into making these charts as detailed as possible so that everything that a band or a group of people needs to play a song effectively is right there in the music. But if you've never seen anything like this before, it can definitely be confusing. So let's just take a few minutes and I want to talk you through a couple of songs.
So this is Give Me Faith. If you are a chordal instrument like a guitar or a keyboard or a bass, the chords that you're going to play are written here above each measure. So that will tell you what the chords are that you're supposed to play. If you're a drummer, a lot of times in the song you'll have a sample groove like the one that's written here. That's just to kind of give you an idea of what the groove is throughout the song. It'll change sometimes, so keep your eyes on that. And these notes that are written here, it says simple electric guitar or keyboard arpeggio. So this is a lead line in the song that any electric guitar or keyboard can play throughout this intro part. So we play this first line here. We get to the letter A section. This is the first verse. We've got some text in this box. These are the kind of notes that I want you guys to pay attention to. It says for verse 1, piano, keys, vocal, and bass are all legato. That means you drop back in your sound a little bit and just kind of play very smoothly. This is the melody of the song. So if you're a singer, these are the actual notes and the rhythm that we're going to sing. You've got your lyrics here for the first and second verse. Notice there's a repeat sign here. That's important. We'll come back to this section later. So we play through, going through here. We get to the letter B section. Our notes say for this verse, the band enters here, nice and big. Notice how there's another drum groove here, changes a little bit. And that brings us to letter C. This is the chorus of the song, Give Me Faith. This is kind of the big part. Notice that there's a funny little squiggle sign here. It's called a segno, or segno, I think. We'll come back to that later on. This is the chorus. Give me faith to trust what you say. If you're a vocalist, this is very important. Notice how we've got a couple of notes that are here. And this song actually didn't have a bottom harmony, so I had to write these notes in. But what you'll see in most songs where there's harmony written is the melody of the song is the larger of the notes that you see that's kind of in the middle. If you look right here, you've got a big note here, you've got kind of a smaller note up here, and then the smaller note in the bottom that I wrote in. The smaller notes are the harmonies. So the melody will sing the big note in the middle, and then what we call the alto harmony will be the small note on the bottom, and the tenor harmony will be the note on the top. So pay attention to that if you're a vocalist. You'll be able to read your part. You should also have an MP3 recording of the actual harmony that I'd like you to sing available on Planning Center. But let's just keep going. So we go through this section. When we get down here, I'm broken inside. Notice that there's a first ending here. That's important. So we go to the next page. We finish that first ending. We go here and we hit this repeat sign. That takes us all the way back for verse 2. The second time through letter A. I need you to soften my heart. We basically just do all of this stuff again. We'll get to letter C, we'll rock out with the chorus again, and this time when we go here, we'll skip the first ending, we'll go to the second ending that's here. That takes us to the rest of the song, right? That brings us to the bridge. It's the letter D section. We've got to repeat here. The drum groove changes. See that? The drum groove is different here. Watch out for that. And this is the bridge to the song. I may be weak, but your spirit's strong in me. We've got some harmony parts that are written here that I had to write in. We'll take the repeat, so we'll do this section twice. And then when we get letter E, it says suddenly small. The band drops out. It says the bass is out. The kick drum of the drums only goes to 2 and 4. So that's a note for the drummer. The band starts building back in here on I'm Broken Inside. It says building, re-enter bass. 4 on the floor for the kick drum for the drummer. And we'll get here, it says Dies al coda. Dies al coda is Latin for go back to that funny squiggly thing that we saw earlier in the song. So we go back here and we sing the chorus again. And now when we hit this 2 coda, that takes us to this bullseye symbol that's right here. And we'll just finish the song out from there. That may be kind of confusing, but it's really not that bad once you get used to it. Let's look at one more song. This is my arrangement of the hymn, How Great Thou Art. We're going to do this song a lot, so this is definitely a good one to get familiar with. Starting from the beginning, the intro to this song is 1, 2, 3, 4 measures with a repeat. There's a first ending and a second ending. This box says the first time through, it's acoustic guitar and organ only. And the second time through, we'll add the drums and the bass figure. That is this small measure down here. It says bass intro pattern, drums mimic with hi-hat 16th notes. So what that means is that the drums and the bass are going to play this rhythm. Bump, bump, 2, 3, 4. Ba-bop, ba, 2, 3, 4. Ba-bop, ba, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you listen to the recording when you look at these things. It'll make things a lot clearer. One last thing, this funny little rhythm here, this is actually what the acoustic guitar rhythm is playing. So you don't really have to stress over that too much if it doesn't look like something you're supposed to play. We take the second ending, there's a stop right there, and then the vocals start. Oh Lord my God. We're in on verse 1. This is letter A. Notice the squiggle that's there, right? It says band enters, vocals are unison. It says third time smaller, but we're not there yet. Don't worry about that for right now. So we'll sing through the verse to the song. We'll get to this stop right here, right before the B section. It's the chorus. Then sings my soul. And this is the chorus of the song. It's nice and big. It says full harmonies, and the band is in. Vocalists, here we go again. This is a perfect example of what I want you to pay attention to. So you see all these notes that are written here. The melody to the song is the large note in the middle, and the alto harmony is the smaller notes on the bottom. The tenor harmonies are the ones on the top. So I'll try to communicate as much as possible about who I want to sing which part. If you're able to read harmonies, or even if you just need to hear it, there's parts online for you. Let's keep moving. We rock through this chorus section. How great thou art, how great thou art. Right here, this is important. These accents and these chords, I want the whole band to play this part. Bum, 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 bum. There's a stop right there. And it says, and when I think, it's a repeat sign. It's going to take us all the way back for the second and the third verse of the song. We go back and do all this stuff again. Repeat. Third verse to the song. This time it says the third verse is smaller, so the band will get really small or drop out completely for this last verse. You'll come back in nice and strong at the B section, and this time we'll take the third ending to the last time through the chorus. It says vocals and organ only. The tempo is free, so that means the drums will drop away, and we'll just kind of sing a cappella with a little organ and maybe acoustic guitar, and we'll finish out the song from there. So this one's not too bad.
Just a few last comments before we wrap up. It is absolutely crucial that everybody does the best they can to learn these songs on their own. Print out the music for yourself or look at it on your computer and actually look through the chart while you're listening along with the recording. Play along with it, sing along with it. Also, if there's ever a discrepancy between the recording that you listen to and the chart, maybe the recording you're listening to has an extra chorus someplace, or the song goes in a different direction. If there's ever a difference between what you hear in the recording and what you see on the chart, always default to the chart. 9 times out of 10, what we're going to do on Sunday morning is what's on the page. Last but not least, I really believe that everybody on stage should be looking at exactly the same thing, so that if I say, okay, everybody, let's jump to letter C, or everybody meet me at measure 42, everybody knows exactly what that is because they've got it on their page. So I know these charts are tricky and there might be a little bit of a learning curve, but if you're on worship team now with the journey, these are the charts that we're going to use. And so I strongly encourage you to put the time into learning your way around them and getting familiar with them. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and we will see you